Do you think it's impossible to buy real estate today? High prices, high rates? What if I told you there is this thing called creative financing that goes way beyond just seller or sub two or others? What if I told you you had the opportunity to get 6 hour masterclass from somebody who's been in the business 30 years? Would you want to get a hold of that? We're going to have the creator of said masterclass, Ty, Tylg here to talk about what's in it and why you need to check it out. Ty, how you doing, man?
I'm doing awesome, man. I am so excited for all the new projects we're working on and you're working on and things that you're doing for the community, for the one real at a time community. So this is awesome, man.
Yeah. So again, something we're doing is we've launched a school community, nearly 50 students already. We are giving access to real-time questions. We just completed one on social media with Omar El Takari. We're actually creating courses that are for free as well. With the latest edition being this 6 hour masterclass, man, I got to tell you, I watched it, I uploaded it. It's now available to everybody in the school community. This is something no smoke, no smoke that a lot of people would pay almost $1,000 for. I could see a 997 sticker price, maybe a Memorial Day special for 497. But you are such a big proponent of the community. You said, Michael, take it, give it away for free to the school community. So just
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. And I am proud of that. I'm really proud of that course. And for me, and I'll share with everybody like what it actually is. So what we did was Michael, a part of the hub, we said, okay, let's see if we can use something to attract more audience, more people, more participants. And so I said, I'll do this class. I'll do a master class. And what I ended up doing, it was going to be 4 weeks, and it ended up being 5 weeks. And then on top of it, it was actually going to be about an hour per session. And it ended up actually, it was probably more. Some of the sessions are 75, 90. I think one of them is about 100 minutes.
Mhm.
So it's probably closer to about 8.5 to 10 hours of content. And like, I don't hold anything back. That's the other thing, is that it's great because it's with a live audience. There was typically anywhere from about 20 to 30 participants.
Wow.
And also too, and I want to say this too, by the way, if I normally would have done that, I would have priced it at $1,000 per person.
Oh yeah.
And then what I would have done is I would have discounted it to make it more valuable. I would have discounted it at 497 or 397. But again, because I had 15, 18 people there, you know what I mean? So it's just,
Mm.
it's something where when I showed up to it and when we're delivering, I wanted it to just answer every question. So there's a lot of Q&A. I never left a session without, everybody's hand who was raised. I answered the questions about seller financing, novations, also just, sub two. What are some of the problems with sub two? What happens with due on sale clause? How do you notify the bank? How do you get the bank information? How do you like communicate with the bank and start making payments? How do you set up the online account and the mailing of the statements and the taxes? What do you do with the property insurance? All of that stuff I cover in that course, man. And I'm telling you, I did not hold anything back. It was not a teaser. There was no upsell at the end, like, oh, but if you
Nope.
really want the good answers and the good stuff, it's like I gave it all. And of
Yeah.
course, let me just also one last thing, that because of you, Michael, what I love, what we're doing in the community and just the vibe that you and I have and this whole collaboration over competition and all of this, like, I just like, man, I'm so proud to be able to make this a part of the school community. So
Yeah, no, it's a huge value. You covered the real meat and potatoes, right? You answered every question. You're absolutely right. Every question got answered. You talked about the good, bad, and the ugly, which is important, right? So, folks, if you go inside the school community, you go to classrooms, you'll see ties. I actually have a thumbnail. He's a what do you call it? Anime character, right? We
now I'm
actually
officially an anime character.
that's
Yeah.
right. You have an anime character, so it's there. I would probably do one session a day. There's so much in there. I don't think I would try to watch. I wouldn't watch multiple sessions in one day. I would do one session at a time. And again, you join the school community, you get all the access, and now you're getting these additional classes. So it's just wild what we're trying to put together. So pretty cool.
I want to say too that I want to say, like, I want to just give, not that that matters so much, but I want to give a little background just so people know. Cause I don't, some people may know or they're familiar with me. So a lot of maybe people that are watching this for the first time or just maybe newer. Who
Yeah.
is Ty? What's that all about? So one of the things that I want to share is that the information I'm sharing is practical. I've done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of sub two deals, seller financing deals, hundreds of them, hundreds and hundreds. Like, and I
For
don't really
decades.
know, is it
For
three,
decades.
400? Is it
Yeah.
450, 500? It's a lot. I don't really
Yeah.
know, but a lot from about 1990. I started in 93. I bought my first deal, but my first creative deal I did in like 94, 95.
Mhm.
I was taught by an attorney. This guy, I was dating his daughter. His daughter's awesome. She's a real estate broker also. We were in a committed relationship. And, this was like my father-in-law. And he was the
Mhm.
first guy that was like practical, like, hey, let's do deals together. By the way, I'd read Robert Allen's Nothing Down for the 90s. So, and then I'm working with Steve. This guy's an attorney, real estate broker, property manager, genius, real estate genius, learning firsthand from him, partnering on deals with him, JVing, being the sweat of the sweat equity portion of our relationship. And then later learning from Ron LeGrand. I'm a teacher. I'm a part of the sub two community with Pace Morby. I teach every Tuesday in Pace's community. So I just want people to know, like, the stuff, it isn't just, I've done, 5 sub two deals and now I'm calling myself a sub two expert. Like, I've been doing, and by the way, I'm also not just an old guy that used to do it a long time ago. You know,
Yeah.
I've done several deals in the last couple of years. My daughter's
Yep.
living in one of our creative seller finance deals. I just flipped one of the sub twos we had for a while that I decided to get out of. So anyway, point being is that I'm active in the stuff that I'm teaching there. It's not just fly by night stuff that I learned off of YouTube. It's
Yeah.
stuff
No.
that's practical from 3 decades.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully people realize that one rental at a time. I only deal with real experts. People may get on my channel once, but they only come back and they only become a returning guest if they add value and they really know what they're doing. They're really doing the business. That's what makes one rental at a time different. That's what's going to make the school community different. Let's kind of unwind and really talk about the real estate market.
Yeah,
The real
please.
estate market is starting to set up as an ideal situation for real estate investors, in my opinion. What does that mean? It, I'll just say my opinion. I have been waiting for inventory to build. We are finally seeing inventory to build. I think I got the numbers from John Wake this morning. They're up like another 2% week on week, 37% year on year, right? Finally, 7% rates are making a difference. We are also exiting the spring selling season, Memorial Day, Mother's Day, Memorial Day, kind of the traditional end to the spring selling season, which means we're going to get into the slower period as inventory is building.
Yep.
Dude, good news. Motivated sellers are going to become easier to find. I, I'm just excited for what's coming because I know a lot of people have been doing the work and not getting anything, but I've been through it. I can kind of see around the corner. So I'm encouraged, but you've been doing this a little bit longer than I have. So I'm curious what you see out there.
I agree. This is a weird housing market. And I think, again, I think you're right. The summer selling season is a little slower. I think, you got between graduations and Father's Day and vacations and kids are out of school. It's just weird. It's a weird cycle where it's like you'll see these little waves. And then also, too, just for the audience, so I'm an active real estate broker. I've got 3 listings active. I have somebody else that manages all of that and deals with all of the day to day. But, I'm seeing, lockbox counts and showing counts and all of that. And also, I've got stuff that's stagnant. I have
Yeah.
stuff that's weird. A weird condo with weird HOA. It's not selling, right? Okay, what do you do with that? Well, you either got to slash the price or maybe something creative. In this case, creative doesn't fit for the seller, so they're going to have to slash the price. But point being is that we are absolutely in a weird time. Even if rates come down, and soften up, which they may or may not. We've seen a wave of rates, soft, hard, soft, up, down,
Mm.
whatever. It doesn't matter because here's the big opportunity: mediocre inventory, stuff that's
Yeah.
ugly, stuff with tenants where it's hard to show. I've got one like that too. Just can't access it because the tenant, no matter what, it's a good price, it's a decent property, but because of the tenant, the seller's probably going to have to take a haircut. So
Yeah.
it just is what it is.
This is exactly This is exactly what I want investors to know. Now, every market's different. Some markets are still hot, but watch days on market, watch your buy box, watch inventory, watch price cuts. Find the motivated seller. They're out there. And they were out there 2 years ago, but they did but it was stupid price. It didn't matter. You didn't have a chance to get motivated. But now they're coming. You're I hope they hear me. You're going to be able to find properties that the seller's going to say yes to 20% off, 25% off. You're going to find sellers that actually consider seller financing. You're going to find sellers who say no to seller financing and then 45 days later say yes.
Yep.
Write the offers, follow up, keep doing the work. Stop being a little pansy and complaining. Get out there and be consistent. What do you think?
Spot on. Spot on. Even, and I'll even say that, like, I looked at a deal last week where, great property, great location, the whole thing, but the house is empty. I don't know why. The house is so dated. The landscaping's weird. And it said on the market, it was on the market for about 20 days. And I'm just like, okay, if this thing's around after like 31 days, 35 days, then I'm going to really pursue this. And I'm not attached. It's not like it's just one deal that just kind of fell on, like it's just something I accidentally stumbled upon. But I'm saying that's the kind of way when you have your buy box, this is not in my buy box, but now I'm expanding. So point being is that when you're really clear about what you want, and I think you can just be patient. I think this is also a market to be patient on.
Yes.
And then also too, I just want to throw a curveball at you, Michael, because of the free course. Here's also what I'm willing to do. What I think this will set up well. If for people, what you're doing with school, by the way, just blows the roof off, like the affordability and the amount of value. Cause this is like, to me, it's like 10X, 20X, 30X. I don't really know how to quantify it, but the amount of value you're going to give with school, even the fact the course, I know I can sell that course for $200-300 all day long, just by itself without even doing anything. Just the content, $200 all day long, easy. $500, $200, $1,000, whatever, but chop it. But point being is this, I'm willing to even plus on it and say, I'll come back on and say like 4 to 6 weeks and do a live Q&A for the people.
That would
and
be awesome.
And I'll stay on for, again, 60, 75, 45 minutes, as long as people have questions, but really to connect the dots for your audience, I'll do that. I'll come back on and say like 4 to 6 weeks onto the school, only for the school community. Just to connect the dots on seller finance. By the way, seller financing, I think sub 2 as well, although sub 2 has there's some nuances about sub 2 that have some risk. I talk about that in the course, by the way, but I think seller financing and creative financing is the thing right now, for sure, going forward with an aging baby boomer population that controls all the wealth and all this equity out there. There's so much opportunity, Michael. So I want to connect with your audience.
I love that. And this is exactly what I envision when I put school up. Because again, you've heard me talk about I'm merging all of my millionaires with this growing community and slamming them together in real life execution. Right? Online courses are great, but you got to follow them by yourself. If we can smash these together in real time and answer real live questions, it's a home run. So it's really awesome you brought that up. Matt, the mortgage guy, as you know, part of the hub, part of the community. He's doing a call May 31st, this Friday, I think at 10 a.m. for school communities. I'm not even going to be on it. This is Matt, the mortgage guy. What is a mortgage? Looking at quotes, telling people what it was. You're going to create a Zoom, send me the link. We'll schedule the call. And then people who do the course, I won't even be on it. I may be on it because I got questions too, but it's going to be your Zoom link, your thing. And it's so awesome that my vision is coming together in real time.
I love it, man. I love everything we're doing in the community. And I really want to see it grow I want to see it grow because I want to see the power of what you're teaching. I went back, I was listening to some old recordings of you. And like, I listened to you and Ryan Pineda this morning that you did, the one that has like 300,000 or 400,000 views. It's
Yeah.
like his top 5 of all time. It's one of his top 5 things. But I just love the simplicity of the fact that somebody, the average person out there, can go out and get 4 assets
Yeah.
and really just change the whole trajectory of their life. And I forget like how simplicity, you don't need 25 assets or 100 assets or whatever.
No.
It's like just 4. Just even the fact that get to 4 over, doesn't have to be in the next 24 months. It can be over the next 5 years, the next 10
Yeah.
years, whatever the case may be, and change the entire trajectory of your life, your family, your kids, your grandkids. It just, it's a life changer. So I love what this community stands for, Michael, and what you're doing.
Yeah. And just put it out there, just so there's no confusion. The school community is not $97 a month. It is not $47 a month. It is a whopping $20.
Crazy.
$20 a month. Just so you know, you're not even going to get access to folks like Ty and Matt in free courses. I will do a live stream just for school community once a month. We have it at least one call a week with a millionaire in the community. And here's the other thing. This is what's really going to explode the group. When I get to 100 students, I think we're at 42 or 43 today.
Yep.
I am going to start keeping some content from my millionaires only on school. To date, everything has been pushing to YouTube. YouTube, frankly, punishes me because I create so much content. So you know what I'm going to do? Is I'm going to produce the same amount of content, but only publish parts of it on YouTube with the others going on school. So again, it's the game that we have to play. And I put it at a price point that's $20, not 47, not 97, because again, I want everybody to have an easy yes answer. And again, you can come live and ask questions to all the various millionaires. We just did Omar this morning at 8. I think Jason Pritchard is going to be the next one at 9 a.m. on Sunday.
So good. So good.
So yeah, a lot of fun stuff coming.
I want to say this. I want to challenge the audience, and I know there's some people watching and listening. So here's the thing. I want to throw out this, that you may or may not know this, Michael, but I studied under Matthew Ferry and Tom Ferry, neurolinguistic programming, conversational hypnosis, lots of sales stuff. And one of the things too that I think is missing, and I'm just going to throw out this, that I would love to do even like a sales masterclass for your community. Specifically though, because I'm an agent and broker, and I get so many like people that call, and I can tell they're brand new. They don't know what to say. They don't know how to say it. They're trying to get started. And I try to help them and work with them. But it's like just even the conversation of real estate, whether you're talking to a wholesaler, an agent, broker, whatever the case may be. Another thing I think, and I think this is missing in the sales training or in the real estate investor training, is how to say, like what to say and how to say it, right? Whether you're talking directly to a seller or directly to an agent. So also, I just want to throw out, I want to do a class for you, a sales training that specifically, you see behind me there, you see on this side, I got the telephones. I got the 2 telephones. I've made tens of millions of dollars selling on the telephone. In fact, even today, all my lead follow-up, everything I do is on the phone. So I want to even throw out there that let's get to 100. And then I also want to throw out that I'd like to do a sales training for you for what to say and how to say it with direct to seller or calling agents as an investor. So,
and folks, yeah, dude, you're awesome. And if folks, if it's not clear, that is going to be content that is only created and only available in school. It will be recorded. It will be something we put some notes behind so you can watch it later, but it will only ever live on school. Folks, you want to be a part of this. Ty, you're amazing, man. Any closing thoughts?
No, again, I want to say kudos to you. I love the fact that like we heard about school 2 weeks ago. And then Michael's like, dude, I already got the community already set up. And what do you want to do? Like, hey, what do you, and I'm like, hey, here, dude, you've been such a blessing to me. Here, put this class on here, make it a part, make it complimentary. So dude, you're awesome, man. And I love the fact that even you're at 40 plus people. I believe you'll be at 100 by the end of the week. In fact, that would be the challenge. Like, let's get to 100 by next Monday. Let's see where we're at. So community, sign up. It's $20. It's like Audible. But it's way better because when you listen to Audible, you can't ask questions.
You don't get to ask the author questions. No, you're going to get to interact. It's pretty awesome. Yeah.
Love it.
All righty, buddy. Take care. Have a great Memorial Day. Thanks for being awesome. Later.